So here you are, sitting on your couch or probably slouched in a chair, staring at yet another Dhar Mann video on YouTube. I get it, man. His stuff is addictive. The stories pull you in. They're easy to watch, and sometimes you even learn a little something about life. But let's pause for a minute and look at what's really going on. Dhar Mann is out there building an empire, raking in millions, and you're just a passive spectator, soaking it all in without actually doing anything yourself. You're wasting your time watching someone else succeed instead of working on your own success. Doesn't that bother you even a little bit? You know what? It should. You're in your 20s or 30s, prime years to take action, to hustle and start building something meaningful. But you're stuck, probably still living with your parents because you can't see a way out. Adding to that frustration is seeing your peers moving forward with their lives. Some of them are getting good jobs, moving into their own apartments, going on dates, and even traveling to exotic places, while you feel like you're being left behind. Every time you refresh your Instagram feed, it's another reminder that your life isn't where you want it to be. Yet you're here, killing time on YouTube instead of putting in the work to change your situation. You could be learning new skills, networking, or even starting a side hustle. But instead you find yourself glued to a screen, watching someone else live their dream. It's not that you don't have potential. Hell, everyone has potential. But potential doesn't mean anything if you're not taking action. It's like having a gym membership but never going. What's the use? You've got to start somewhere, even if it feels like a tiny step in the grand scheme of things. Remember, small actions compound over time. Dhar Mann didn't become successful overnight. He started with less than you might think. But he wasn't just sitting back, dreaming about what could be. He executed, he failed, he learned, and he persisted. Let's talk about some real problems you might be facing. Maybe you're in a job you hate, something that doesn't challenge you or make you feel valued. You know it's draining you, and when you finish the workday, you're too wiped out to do anything else. But ask yourself, is this what you want to be doing a year from now? 5 years from now? If the answer is no, then it's time to start planning an exit strategy. You've got to think about what you want to do, where your skills could be best used, and where you can add the most value. It doesn't happen overnight, but you need to start putting the pieces together. Maybe it's time to take that online course you've been considering or start networking with industry professionals on LinkedIn. These small, proactive steps will help you gain clarity and set you on a path toward a career that truly satisfies and excites you. And let's not sugarcoat it. Living at home with your parents isn't exactly where you saw yourself at this age, right? There's nothing wrong with it if it's part of a plan to save money or if you're helping your family. But if you're just coasting without any real goals, then it's time to rethink. How about setting a timeline for yourself? Maybe 6 months to a year to save up enough to move out on your own. Create a detailed budget by listing your expenses. Cut out unnecessary spending like daily coffees or takeout meals, and put money aside each month. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable. You'll feel more independent and in control of your life once you're living in your own space. Then there's the whole social media trap. You're spending hours every day watching other people's highlights while your own life passes you by. Instead of endless scrolling, use that time to work on a side hustle or learn a new skill. There are countless online courses and resources available, some even for free on platforms like Coursera or Khan Academy. Dedicate just 1 hour a day to improving yourself or working on something that could potentially become a source of income. Maybe you've always wanted to learn coding, graphic design, or even start a YouTube channel about a niche interest. Every hour you invest in learning and growth is an hour invested in your future. Dating, man, that can be another sore spot, right? Maybe you've been striking out or not even trying because you're feeling down about where you are in life. Confidence and self-esteem can take a hit when you're not where you want to be. But here's the thing, you've got to work on yourself first. When you're confident and working towards your goals, that energy attracts people. You don't need to have a 6-figure salary or a luxury apartment to start dating. What you do need is the confidence that comes from knowing you're on a path of improvement and growth. So here's the plan. Start small. Pick one area where you can make a tangible change and focus on that. If it's your career, maybe it's sprucing up your resume, taking an online course, or reaching out to industry contacts for advice or mentorship. If it's moving out, then it's time to budget, cut unnecessary expenses, or even look for a roommate to share costs. For dating, maybe it's time to hit the gym, join a club or social group, or work on your communication skills through books or workshops. And if it's about starting your own venture, then it's time to brainstorm, draw up a plan of action, and perhaps seek out a business mentor who can guide you through the initial steps. Remember, small steps lead to big changes. Pick a goal and give yourself a realistic timeline. It could be 3 months, 6 months, or even a year. Whatever makes sense for you based on your current commitments and lifestyle. The key is consistency and dedication. You've got to work at it regularly, setting aside time each week to make progress. It's not going to be perfect. Setbacks are inevitable, but they are valuable learning experiences. The important thing is to not give up, to pick yourself back up when you fail, and to stay focused on your ultimate goal. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow or suddenly become a YouTube star, but you should start planning the steps needed to achieve your long-term dreams. Visualize where you want to be 10 years from now. What does that successful version of you look like? What milestones have they reached? Use that vision to motivate you, to drive you forward every day. You've got the potential, you've got the time. And now it's the moment to take responsibility for your future and start making concrete plans. Let's be real. Watching another Dhar Mann video isn't going to change your life. Only action will. It's time to stop being a spectator and start being the main character in your own story. Maybe it begins with setting a small goal, like exercising regularly, or learning a new skill, or perhaps it's about leaving a dead-end job for a more fulfilling career. You've got what it takes, but you've got to believe it and back it up with action. Seek out mentors, read inspiring books, and immerse yourself in experiences that push your boundaries. Take charge, man. You've got this.